DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL playoffs, is bringing you an offer that'll help make the playoffs electrifying. New customers can bet $5 on any game and get $200 instantly in bonus bets. The Cowboys are 7-point favorites against the Packers this weekend, and I'm excited to see how they manage to mess it up.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code Jenkins. New customers can bet just $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code Jenkins. The crown is yours. Welcome to Jenkins Jonez on the Volume Podcast Network. It is Monday, January 22nd, and we are breaking down all the NFL playoff games, some big storylines. We're talking about the beef that never was with Lupe and Kid Cudi. We're talking about Dookie Butt of the Week. But more importantly, John is counting down to his first time getting high. You said 8 months when we're done recording?
8 months, bro. I've gotten high probably 3 times in the last year and a half for some reason. And today I just decided I'm getting back on the horse, brother. It's time to get back to me again.
Well, as someone who never left,
high tonight. I just want to get high tonight. You said
as someone who never left, we gladly welcome you back, my brother.
Tyler,
I appreciate
how many times
yeah.
have you gotten high in the last 8 months?
Oh, buddy. No, but the thing is, I'm not an everyday smoker. I smoke like twice a week at the most, maybe. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I think it's Sundays for me. I think I'm going to get high on Sundays. It's going to be my Sunday thing before the week starts. I'm going to hit the tree, 2 or 3 times, twice or thrice, and then I'm up, and then I prepare me for the fucking week. You feel what I'm saying? Does anybody say twice or thrice?
I think that
I'm the first person to ever say that.
That's those are the bougie tendencies of enumeration that you're.
Oh my god, nigga!
Grabbing on
Get
to.
the fuck out of here, bro.
Thrice is a bougie word.
Crazy.
Thrice is a bougie word.
Y'all are the only niggas that call me bougie. That's what's crazy. Y'all are the only people that have ever called me bougie my entire life. I wear draws to Thanksgiving dinner, nigga.
You had an existential crisis about not wearing cute sneakers to work out in. Like, I mean, with the Hokas. Like, bro, come on, man.
Nigga.
Just to work out.
Hokas to fucking the gym?
Bro, I don't give a fuck what I wear.
What do you wear to the gym, my nigga?
I do not care about being cute when I go to the gym. I'll tell you that. It's ugly season when I go in that motherfucker. Like, I do not care. I be wearing...
Tyler was in the Resort
ugly.
World gym with NBA players in a wife beater, bro. Like, Tyler doesn't...
Nigga, and what did I have on? Hokas. What the fuck? And I would wear a wife beater in the gym? The hell? I just don't want to wear old man shoes. It's not about them not being cute. It's about me looking like I'm fucking 78, a 78-year-old white man.
To who? Who do you care about looking, about who looks at you?
Nigga, okay. To me, bro. Everything I do is for me, nigga. I'm selfish as shit when it comes to that. I'm not making decisions because of what I give a fuck what y'all think, nigga. It's how I feel about myself, motherfucker. I'm looking at myself and I see a lame ass nigga in the motherfucking Hokas. You feel what I'm saying? Come on, G. And I'm not bougie. I don't care what y'all say.
That's Jethro Jenkins, a.k.a. John.
Rather listen to the pod. She said the only thing bougie about you is me. That's what she said. Bro, I'm going to wine bars and swish pants and Air Max, nigga. I'm regular as fuck, bro. You know what I mean? She's dragging me in there with swish pants on.
I mean, you can still be cozy. You can still be cozy and bougie. Like A$AP Rocky is cozy and bougie. You know what I'm saying? Those two things coexist.
This nigga is getting his hair braided, has barrettes on, and his fucking fingernails painted, and you're claiming I'm bougie? Bro, I'm gonna take a screenshot of my feet, and I want you to call a bougie nigga.
You can be cozy and bougie, dog. That's not, those two things are not mutually exclusive, bro. That's what I'm saying. Plenty of cozy motherfuckers are bougie, man.
I'm not bougie. I just learned how to use wine glasses, nigga. I was having grease stains on this shit because I'm grabbing the whole shit, bro. Yeah. I ain't know you're supposed to grab this shit by the stem.
Are you too good for the grease stains now, bro?
I'm just, this is what if you learn, you do better, my nigga. You feel me?
That's the Jethro Jenkins, a.k.a. John.
What's that, Bubba's? Y'all killing me with this bougie shit. The only niggas that call me bougie is
He's
y'all,
Dragonfly
man.
Jones,
Crazy.
a.k.a. Tyler.
Hey, everybody, how's it going?
I'm Gardy B, a.k.a. Mike.
Motherfucking Mike.
Motherfucking Mike.
And we're produced, as always, by the lovely and talented Jackson Saffron.
What's up? Y'all turned the whole pot against me, too. Y'all, everybody like, no, I don't know, John, you might be kind of bougie. Y'all be starting shit. Y'all start shit here and it spreads. It's fucking sickening, man. It's sickening.
These shoes aren't cute enough to work out in. I don't know, bro. I don't know, dog.
Who said this? Who said this? Bro, did that ever come out of my mouth? No, I just said I don't want to wear these lame ass motherfucking shoes.
I stand by the abs are bougie statement, and we did have someone request that on merch. I fuck with that though. Abs are bougie is tough to come back from, dog. At our age,
bro, that's just really fucking funny, and I'm not gonna be funnier than that. That's a hitter. You know what I mean? But there's no way that I'm bougie because I have abs. Because I watch, nigga, we got cancer and motherfucking diabetes and all that shit in our motherfucking family. Because I want to be around for my child. I'm bougie. I'll be bougie if that's the case, motherfucker.
No one said eating healthy is bougie.
Y'all want me out here.
No one said eating healthy is bougie. We just saying we ain't never had a homie.
Y'all want me out here like that, nigga.
I ain't never had any of the homies say, nah, I'm on a carb count. You the only one of all my dogs.
I literally didn't say that. I said, nigga, we having sweets. Okay, nigga, listen, bro. You want me to be out here built like a baked potato with mother taking fucking insulin and shit, and I'm just refusing not to be that way, nigga. The fuck?
There's a middle ground.
Okay, that's what I need, not to be bougie.
There's a middle ground between all 8 abs and not eating pita with the homies. Yeah, because you're going to have a donut.
Do we eat cookies after? I feel like do we eat cookies after? And that was a bougie ass restaurant.
I personally believe whatever diet you on or whatever, when you with the homies, all that shit go out the window, dog. That's how I play. Because I'll be doing the healthy eating shit too. But when me and the homies like, oh, it's whatever they on. You feel me? That's what I'll be on.
You don't make the rules, Tyler. Those are your rules,
right.
And I respect them. I would appreciate you respect mine, my nigga. You feel me? We had fun. We laughed. Y'all clown me. And I will
respect the carb restriction. You got it, bro.
Thank you, my nigga. Thank you. Respect my motherfucking hokers too while we at it. Goddamn. My knees is bad.
If you want to see,
is that bougie too? To protect my knees, nigga.
If you want to see how frustrated John is or isn't with this continued line of questioning, you can subscribe at youtube.com/@JenkinsandJones. Shout out to our guy Mike Jones, who flew around the country to each of our houses and got us set up with this beautiful lighting array. We got the real fucking mic arms. We got the new cameras looking crispy.
Yeah, shouts to the homie Mike. Speaking of carbs and all that shit, me and the homie Mike, we had a motherfucking pizza party because he was in this motherfucker for a minute. You know what I'm saying? So, I can't have motherfuckers in my crib working for hours and I not feed them. So we had, and say he didn't tell me he was on a carb restriction. I said, I'm going to get some pizza. You cool with that? He was like, yeah, I'm with it. So shouts to Mike.
All right, let's talk some football, some American football. What a weekend of NFL playoff games. Unbelievable from start to finish. Tyler, what game do you want to start with first?
We can go Niners Packers since those are your boys advancing.
Yeah, boy.
Those are my boys. The Trent Williams and Deebo Samuel led San Francisco 49ers.
Nick Bosa led too. Let's tell the whole truth here. The Nick Bosa, the heart of that defense.
Christian McCaffrey and Brock Purdy. Yes, but also Trent Williams and Deebo Samuels and Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw. I'm just going to throw it out there because I know what the narratives are going to be this week. So.
I'm just going to listen. Like I said, of the 4 teams left, like everyone is like a feel-good story to me if they win except for Nick Bosa. And that's who the Niners are. They're Nick Bosa. And I do not apologize for painting that whole team because of one individual, because Nick Bosa and his crowd do that to us all the time. So I am doing that to the 49ers. I am not rooting for the Nick Bosas. I'm sorry.
I know that you will be happy on some level for me if the 49ers win the Super Bowl, and I would just rest assured in that. And I'll just continue to send you memes about how great Trent Williams and Deebo Samuel are.
Yeah. I love Trent. Like I told y'all, before I gave up Washington, he was like my last favorite Washington player. So always a special place in my heart for the big fella there.
I had not been tapped in enough with football to be following who the god tier offensive linemen on other teams were. But since that dude got to San Francisco, I've gone back and watched old highlight films of him in Washington. Like, he might be the best of all time on the left side, man. He's crazy. Like, there's a play where he threw a defensive end into a linebacker that knocked into a cornerback. Like, that's a Disney movie, kids sports movie shit. That should not be happening to grown millionaires in the NFL.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know if he'll ever be better than Walter Jones, though. Walter Jones is the best left tackle ever, in my opinion. He had 9 Pro Bowl selections and 10 career holding penalties. One of the most insane fucking stats in sports history, dog.
For sure. In the modern hyper athletic NFL, seeing Trent Williams run at the speed he can, have the strength he does is Aaron Donald.
And he always runs head on into them tussles. That's what I loved about him most. When shit goes down, he is Johnny on the spot, bro. You love to have a dude like that on your team.
You do for sure. So let's talk about that Niners-Packers game. You know, Tyler, they tried to tell me Jordan Love was in one, and they forgot to measure that mustache, that skinny little mustache, not big enough to hold the hopes and dreams of the Packer Nation.
The thin stash. Hey, does Jordan Love remind y'all of the homie Logan Murdoch, or is it just me, man? I'm like, yo, that's the bro Logan right there. Shouts to Logan, man. But yeah, I
see where you're coming from.
Yeah. But yeah, my dog Logan just go to Fro and he there. But that throw, man, I feel like we just have to discuss that before we discuss anything else. What
you talk about the interception, the game,
the game sealing interception,
triple coverage,
yes, across his body, across the field, game fucking sealing interception. You saw 49er players throwing their hands on, like, yes, before it even got picked off, right? Like the homie picked it off before his other homie could pick it off. Like, it was just a terrible fucking throw, dog. I just and I remember I was watching it and I was like, oh shit, there's got to be somebody wide the fuck open. And then the camera panned and all I saw was fucking red and gold. I was like, what the fuck is he doing? What were you like in that moment, Mike? I know you were fucking ecstatic.
I actually had the same initial reaction that you did when he threw it. Like, it is a weird thing that we get football from the sideline cam and not from the end zone cam because you can't see. So I had the same reaction as you did. He's rolling out to his right. He turns and chucks it. Now, he had the interception earlier, but it was, I don't really fault him for that one. You know what I mean?
It was a tip.
Tip pass. It wasn't a great throw, but it was kind of a normal incompletion.
It was a tip pass off his receiver.
That happened to tip up. Exactly. So, the way this game had gone, I don't know what coverage you're in. I don't know what routes people are running. But the way the game had gone, when he threw the ball out of the camera frame, it was a dude wide open, like you said. So he threw it, and I was already cussing. And then, and then we get the interception, and Vinny and Maya and I are just running around the house screaming and cussing. You know what I mean? We were going nuts, bro. My kids understand now with football, like, they've fully been indoctrinated into it. They understand they can say whatever they want to say. I said a couple words I shouldn't have said in front of my children this weekend. It's all good. I got one look from Shar. And I was like, no, not that one. You say he's soft. You say that player is soft, kids. That's what we said. No. You didn't hear that word from Dad, but no. So I was ecstatic. And it's interesting. All of the quarterback narratives are where we get into NBA media territory. Like, it's the dumbest shit in the world to me, bro. Like, there's so many different components and players on a football field. And like, Jordan Love had a great game. He had a better game than Brock Purdy without question. But at the end of the game, all anyone was going to look at is the last 2 drives. Brock Purdy had a great drive. He was, I think, 4 of 5, 5 of 6 on the final drive to win the game. Jordan Love, 2 interceptions in the fourth quarter, looking very much like Brett Favre or a gunslinging ass Green Bay Packer quarterback. And I'll take a game manager that wins over a gunslinger that throws 2 picks in the fourth, bro. Like, that's just where I'm at with it. So
yeah, it's just you got to a point in that game where you just knew Green Bay was going to lose because they were leaving too much money on the table. The red zone trips that they had to settle for 2 field goals, that 4th and 1 they didn't convert, the 2 drop picks, the missed field goal. It was like, bro, Green Bay is just leaving way too much motherfucking money on the table. And I don't think anyone was really surprised that it ended that way. Well, besides that horrendous throw, of course, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's funny that you say that because that's the rationality you can have when you're just watching a football game. I felt like I didn't feel that way at all. I think I tweeted. I felt like we were going to win that game for about 90 seconds. The 2 teams I was most worried about in the playoffs were the Packers and the Ravens. You know what I mean? Like, I really, like, compared to the matchups coming up, whatever, I did not feel good about having a young quarterback who's playing well with nothing to lose coming in, all that other shit. Because we've been on the other side of that. That was how Kaepernick went into Green Bay and beat them. I think it was the second time ever anyone beat him in Lambeau. So, yeah, I was relieved, and Jordan Love can spend the offseason trying to thicken that mustache up a little bit, for the bright lights next season. All right, should we talk Ravens-Texans?
Hell yeah, let's do it.
MLK back in the crowd to cheer on the Ravens.
Time traveling, bro. Martin Luther King's daughter retweeted that shit. Like, oh, wait a minute, like that dude looked just like MLK, bro.
You know, I saw that, which is actually the only reason I make a joke about it, is that she tweeted and someone responded and was like, you know, I always wonder how you guys would feel about all of the stuff that gets posted, you know, of your dad and everything. And she said basically she doesn't like any memes where people refer to people getting arrested using her dad, and she doesn't like it when he's used to promote parties. And she said, other than that, we all think it's funny. You know what I mean? And she was like, and this
we
one,
don't like the party shit either.
Yeah.
The party shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah, the party flyers. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A bottle, like talking about bottle service right under MLK's face. That's insanity, bro. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
The chilling with these fuck niggas though, like that shit. Have you ever seen that meme? I wonder if she likes that one. I'm
Shoot it her way, man. See what she said.
They should have dropped. I might drop that in her mentions and see. Can we get away with this?
Yeah,
I would like your blessing to use this. You know, on your.
Let's talk about that. First of all, we are the official podcast of CJ Stroud and Mufasa D'Amico Ryans.
Mufasa D'Amico Ryans.
The future's bright as fuck in Houston. I have so much respect for CJ, and clearly D'Amico's in the right spot. I'm very excited to see that team next year.
Yeah. You know, going into that was a game where I was like, hey, whoever wins, I'm happy for them, right? You know what I'm saying? And this was a hell of a year that the Texans. Like, who the fuck had the Texans? You know, not only winning their division but winning a playoff game, right? So, you know, hats off to D'Amico, hats off to CJ. Future's bright there for sure.
That being said, the Ravens look like the Ravens. They look like the 1 seed. I continue to think they're going to win the Super Bowl. And Lamar shut a lot of people up. I mean, I didn't want to have us be one of the podcasts that was in on that narrative, but he had not had a lot of playoff success in his career. It was really the only thing he was missing. Obviously, you're still just in the AFC Championship game, but they're going to get it at home. He's one win away from a Super Bowl. I thought he, you know, I don't know, man. I don't really know who in the league. If you lined the whole league up and said, we're picking for a 10-on-10 on the playground, I don't know who anyone in the world would pick over Lamar. I just don't.
Yeah. That second half was incredible. Like, they had about 350 total yards of offense. He had 250 of them, 100 yards rushing, like 150 yards throwing. Was responsible for all 4 TDs, either in the air or, you know, rushing them in. So incredible performance from Lamar there. Real quarterbacky.
Looking real quarterbacky out there.
Real quarterbacky.
Lions-Bucs. I think I'm a smart football fan, Tyler, but someone has to explain this to me like I'm in kindergarten, the going for 2 down 14. Why is this happening? I don't, because it's what everybody's doing. Why would you not just play to extend the game? I don't understand what the purpose of it is.
I mean, it's the analysis, right? Well, you know, they converted like 60% of their 2-point conversions, I think, this season. Their whole goal there was, okay, we're going to have 2 shots here at 2-point conversions, right? If we're going to stay in this, you know, if we score twice. So they're like, okay, if we get a 2-point conversion here once, you know, on our first try, and we get a touchdown again, we kick the extra point, we win, right? Or if we get the 2-point conversion, or if we whiff on the 2-point conversion here, we get another touchdown, then we get another, shot at the 2-point conversion. So we've got a 60% chance on both of these. You feel me? So it's the numbers game there. I'm not mad at it. They were playing, you know, for the win, of course, and they did it at the front end instead of at the back end if they scored again. Okay,
that's a good explanation. I feel like it drops. I mean, I know analytics people don't like talking about momentum, but I feel like it does kind of like deflate you a little bit. You score a touchdown and then you miss out on a 2-point conversion. And now it's like, okay, fuck, now we have to get the ball back. We have to score. We have to get a 2-point conversion just to go to overtime. Like, that to me is a flip side. Obviously Baker ends up throwing a pick anyway. You know, I'm not going to say that's because they were down by 8 instead of down by 7 or whatever, but I don't, that to me is a flip side. Is like, you're feeling so up right now. The defense is about to run on the field feeling so up, and then you just sort of voluntarily risk making it harder. That's the part that I don't know. But I see what you're saying on the analytic. That, like, if it's 60% chances, obviously, then the analytics are on your side. So I guess I get that.
Right. And that Baker pick, it wasn't as egregious as the Jordan Love pick because the Packers had a hell of a shot, right? Like they were in good field position. The Bucs had to go like 90 yards, 1:10 seconds left, 1 TD. That was going to be a hell of a task for Baker to pull off. So
yeah,
Baker showed out this season, man. Hats off to him. He's a legit quarterback.
I'm happy for Baker. I never saw any reason to dislike that dude. He's a annoying shit talking white dude. Yeah. I can't fault someone for that.
You can be a dickhead, but not an asshole, right? Like it's kind of I feel like he's way more of a dickhead than an asshole, and it's like he hasn't done anything harmful besides just being full of himself. And I don't hate guys like that.
Yeah, all right.
Now, but that Nick Bosa, let me tell you about him.
Love the way he rushes the quarterback, and that's the only place he exists in the world to me. So I gotta. It's like we said with John and Kyrie. The art is being separated from the artist real easily for me with Nick Bosa. The art is just falling right off the bone, bro. I don't know.
Yeah. He cold. Can't take that from him.
I'm happy for. I mean, I hope it's the end of the good news for them. But I'm very happy for the city of Detroit. Seeing people again just losing their mind, sobbing in the crowd, like that was beautiful. We do have a huge Lions fan here in Long Beach who I told I would write a feature about if he's from Detroit. I said if the Lions get to the Super Bowl, I'll write a feature about you. And I have to tell him on Monday, if they beat the Niners, I'm not writing shit about you. Fuck you. I'm not going to sit down and interview you about the Lions beating the Niners. But I'm happy for Detroit. That was awesome.
Yeah, man. That moment Dan Campbell had in the locker room. Did you see that shit?
Yes.
Yeah. Hell of a coach, man.
He's special, bro. I mean, to be
the most football-iest guy to ever football guy, it looks like. Like, that motherfucker was born for this shit.
Well, and I've seen Mina Kimes talking about this too, like very analytics forward, like always making the right analytic decision, but then also making the insane speeches that get guys fired up to go execute the correct analytic strategy. Right. You know what I mean?
Right. He will go to work on that calculator and then say some shit to make his guys run through a wall for him, right? Like you don't see that combination.
He'll do the number, crunch the numbers on the calculator, and then he'll write boobs and turn it upside down to show everyone. You know what I mean? He's got both sides of the calculator working for him. All right, let's talk about the Bills-Chiefs game. First of all, you said it. I mean, I'm heartbroken. I was rooting for the Bills in that game, bro. Wide right in Buffalo to miss out on the AFC Championship game. Like, that honestly felt scripted in a mean way.
Right? A proud Bills tradition right there. Bro, we saw those motherfuckers were shoveling the whole fucking stadium out in the dead of the night. Like we got reports that they didn't finish until like 12 a.m. It's cold as fuck at 12 a.m. in Buffalo, like -6 degrees or some shit. Y'all go out there and then y'all lose in the most Buffalo-iest way possible. Goddamn. Condolences to Bills fans.
What happened, bro?
The kicker, they had a chance to tie the game. Kicker pushed it wide right, which if you know Buffalo Bills history, Norwood missed it wide right, obviously for them in the championship. Like it was just it was the flip side of Detroit. Detroit, you saw people hugging their grandpa, sobbing, and I don't know that I've ever seen sports fans crying as hard as some of those Bills fans were. I mean, that was.
How did Josh Allen play?
Josh Allen was dealing. He was balling.
Okay,
it was a great game. They had at one point in a 6-drive span, they had 5 lead changes. Like it was an awesome game. It was back and forth. It did feel like it felt to me like the Bills were gonna win it, and to miss out on it in that way, like they need to do a wellness check. Like as people are leaving the stadium, I mean, people were like sobbing, John, like ugly crying in the stands, bro. Yeah, it was
snot bubbles, all types of shit. But yeah, hell of a game. Like this might be the best rivalry in the NFL right about now. Like I'm sure this is going to be the fucking season opener come next season. So yeah, hell of a game.
I will be there no matter what.
Yeah, and Mahomes, man, motherfucking Mahomes. 6 seasons as a starter, 6 straight AFC championships, dog. With this fucking batch of receivers. with throwing the motherfuckers who wearing the motherfucking Hulk gloves, the Hulk smash gloves. You go into the AFC Championship with them, bro. Like I've said, like it only took me to like the second season to say, okay, I've seen enough. This is the most talented quarterback I've ever seen in my life, right? And I was like, okay, he just got to run that resume up some more to be the GOAT. And bro, he is making really good time right now.
Who did you have as the most talented quarterback prior to him? Aaron Rodgers? Yeah.
Q-A-Rod, yeah.
Yeah,
motherfucker.
I don't know how you could say anything else about Pat at this point, man. We've seen him do it hurt. We've seen him do it in crunch time. You've said, I mean, like, I think is he 5-0 against the Bills in the playoffs now or something? I mean, it's the numbers are crazy.
3-0, I believe.
3-0.
3-0.
But it's like six years in a row to the AFC Championship game. And you said it. This is by far the worst roster he's had around him.
Yeah.
It feels the cool thing about Mahomes to me is it feels like Josh Allen a little bit as well. Is those are the two guys, at least current active players in the NFL, who have the most ability to like cliche, like will their team to win. It's like they just like put it. It just feels like they're just truly willing their team to victory. And Pat Mahomes is just better at it, it seems, than Josh Allen. Josh Allen is the second best person at it in the NFL, but Pat Mahomes is now 3-0 against him in the playoffs.
Yeah. That last drive that they were putting together, it was the last Bills drive. It was fucking masterful. They were milking the shit out that clock, right? Like, I thought that they were just going to, go ahead and probably get a TD to lock it up. But wide right, strikes again. Goddamn.
Crazy shit. All right, let's talk about. Okay, actually, I want to ask you one more question about Mahomes. I saw your tweet about that. I agree with you, by the way. I think you're 100% correct. How do you feel about, like, at this point in Tom Brady's career? I hated Tom Brady already. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like with some of the stuff with his wife throwing drinks at people and his brother and everything, I feel like you started to see some people being a little bit negative about him last year, but he still more or less feels like the golden child to me. I don't really see anyone like hating on Pat Mahomes. Do you still like him? I mean, are you still rooting for him? Do you think most people are?
I love Pat Mahomes for one because of it. I feel like last season we learned a little bit more about him when his pops got introduced to us. I feel like that gave us kind of a little bit more of some insight to him. And I remember after the Super Bowl when he won and he went in there with the championship belt and he gave it to like one of his D linemen, right? Like shit like that. Like you see that his guys love him. You know what I mean? So that counts a bit for me. When I see that, a quarterback has, the whole locker room behind him, that kind of, lends to me saying, okay, you might be a solid motherfucker. Because it's quarterbacks out here who that locker room is not fucking with them. Like Russell Wilson, for instance, So, yeah, I think Mahomes is a solid dude because, like I said, you can see the way he interacts with his teammates and the way his teammates interact with him.
For sure.
I love Mahomes. The one thing that I will say about this topic is there's a little bit of online discourse about the way announcers, like in-game announcers, talk about him.
Mahomes
sort of
like this,
sort of like LeBron and Steph thing from when they were like really in their prime. When it's like, oh my god, can we enough about this guy? Like he did a throw that a lot of other quarterbacks can make. Why are we treating it
that's
like
a running joke? Like if
so why are we saying he broke the sport? He just threw the ball 8 yards. So like that's the only like thing that I feel like people, and that's not even really his fault.
Yeah, bro. Like I said, I'm not mad at it. He's the most talented quarterback I've ever seen, and a lot of people are with me on that. So I don't mind the glazing, honestly, because we ain't never seen a motherfucker like him.
I just think glazing is such a funny, like, I just never understood. Like, I've always been a fan to some extent. Either like if you love an athlete or you hate an athlete, you're a fan, right? They're getting some kind of a big emotion out of you. And I've never felt like ironic about the top player in a sport that I follow. Like, I happen to like Michael Jordan. I happen to love LeBron. But, like, I would never just see those guys and be like, oh, they're talking too much about how the greatest guy in the world is good. I just don't understand that reaction. It seems so try hard to me. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like the kid who's spending too much energy in class trying to look smart.
Yeah. Contrarian.
It's hard to be reasonable about somebody we've never seen do something before. Like, you want me to watch Steph Curry be Steph and be reasonable? Or LeBron James do LeBron James shit and be reasonable?
Why?
Like, I'm only human. You know what I mean? Like, of course I'm amazed. You know what I'm saying, at what these people are doing. Mahomes, like you said, is the most talented quarterback ever. I mean, I'm going to go a little far, but I can't be reasonable seeing him do what he's doing. Yeah. Nobody can. You know what I mean?
Well, you're just supposed to watch the dude, like, lead a fourth quarter comeback and be like, oh, he's making a throw that 7 other people can make. What? What's the value of that?
Oh, you're supposed to nut live on camera.
Hey, but that is the other thing, though. Actually, you make a great point, John. I mean, if the term for it now, it used to be, you know, oh, they're soaking his dick too much. And now, if it's glazing, it's like that's the most watched entertainment product in the world, bro.
I might as well bop the best that's ever done it. You know what I mean? If I'm gonna bop a nigga, I'm gonna bop LeBron, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it.
Oh, shit.
Click that.
I ain't bopping you. I'm bopping Mahomes. That ain't even gay, nigga.
Yeah. Social
That's
clip.
what I'm supposed to do. Fuck you mean?
Social clip. There we go. Right there. Yep.
That's just appreciation.
It just shit, that's your hall pass, you know.
Right. Rather, you already know it's LeBron. She gonna be like, I'm to the back, nigga. More neck, nigga. More neck, please. Don't embarrass us in front of company, motherfucker. Throw that motherfucking neck from the side, nigga.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Let's talk about Tyler and I have a difference of opinion on this. I'm curious for John. We were very close to getting the most interesting, sonically, the most interesting rap beef of all time with Lupe Fiasco and Kid Cudi. I'm glad that they made up. I always want to see maturity, but I would have loved to have had a song back and forth first. And Tyler says that I'm wrong for leaning into the samurai seppuku bars that we would have had in that shit.
Bro, look.
It would have been. Go ahead.
I was going to say, I
wonder what you think.
Cudi and Lupe have had a beef for about 10 years over some Twitter shit, right?
You knew this, though?
Yeah.
I wasn't aware.
I wasn't aware either.
This weekend.
Oh, yeah. Lupe would always say some slick shit to Cudi on Twitter for all of us to see, right? But yeah, basically Lupe was doing verses, you know, for fans for like $80 or $100 or something like that, and Cudi, you know, quote tweeted him and said, you know, where's all this money that you're getting going to? Like, just hating, right? Cudi admitted himself he did some fuck shit, right? And so that's where the beef stemmed from, because, you know, he was hating on some shit like that.
How long ago?
This was like 2014 or
that
shit.
tweet was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, this is like 2014 or some shit.
And some
right?
pure, like exactly what you say. You only send that tweet to someone you really hate.
Right. And
so that's where it started. So Lupe's been like, fuck him ever since. I get it now, though.
And,
it kind of
yeah,
makes
and
sense.
the whole thing.
I think I'd always feel like fuck you if you try to play me on.
And the whole thing is they weren't just associates or, you know, just fuck with each other on Twitter. Like Lupe said, you know, when he was going through his depressive episodes and shit, he reached out and was like, yo, I'm here if you need anything. And then he did that to him on Twitter. Like, that's some fuck shit. And Cudi admitted it was some fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? And good for Cudi for having the fucking, you know, the fucking perspective to realize.
Because niggas will die on some fuck shit. So I'm glad he, you know what I'm saying, he stood on it. You feel me?
So anyway, a new interview comes up where Cudi said some slick shit about Lupe, and Lupe went on this fucking 2-day rant, basically just going at Cudi, and they patched that shit up, and I love to see it. Like I said, this is the type of rap beef that I love. I like to see rap beefs where there's genuine hate between people at first. We get some entertaining back and forths, you know, some funny threats of violence. Lupe said he wanted to beat his ass so bad he was having a migraine. That shit killed me.
Headache. Yeah. That's great.
That was incredible.
I want to beat this nigga so bad my head hurts, bro.
That was incredible.
Very relatable,
right? So you know, some funny empty threats of violence, and then you know they patch it up with some heartfelt shit, right? Like, that's how I like to see my beefs go. Now, sonically, it would have been the worst fucking beef of all time.
Horrible.
If Lupe and Cudi went in the booth and went at each other, like I said, Lupe would have been out here doing some metaphysical fucking samurai seppuku bars, and Cudi would have just aggressively hummed back at him. None of us would have had any fun with that beef, dog. I'm glad they kept it out of the booth. And I'm one who loves diss tracks, but I did not want to see a back and forth on wax between those two. Hell no.
I think the drama's way more fun. You know what I'm saying? We got the beef, we got the, you know, the peak. And then the circle closed. You know what I'm saying? We got the full story. You know what I mean? Like that I would have not have played that one time, bro. That shit would have been horrible. There's no way. I couldn't imagine Cudi, like all 138 pounds of him lying about fighting anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? I would do what? Nigga, shut the fuck up.
About
you know
fighting MIT professor Lupe Fiasco.
Right. But that MIT professor would have bust his ass, though. You feel what I'm saying? Like, it would have been close. So, nah, we didn't need that. I do like lies in rap at times, but I didn't need that lie. You feel me?
The list of people that I would side with against Lupe Fiasco in any sort of beef is probably limited to like the two of you and like people I'm blood related to. Like as soon as I saw I want to beat him up so bad, I have a migraine, I was like, absolutely.
You've been there.
But also just like I'm on his side. You know what I mean? I love Lupe Fiasco. Like, yes, I don't care who this is or what they did. And I was happy to see that I feel justified because I did feel like Kid Cudi was on some very goofy shit.
That was some bullshit he was on.
And what yes, Lupe is who he is now, but I do want to talk about how good those first two albums were.
Incredible.
And I met him like after the first one, he was on a college tour. He bowed to me, the nicest motherfucker ever. You know what I'm saying? Just so kind. So I knew it had to be some fuck shit if he didn't like somebody, because you know what I'm saying? And he's too smart to just be angry for no reason to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I just felt that way. You know, I feel like, and anyway, but yeah, like he was so kind. But I mean, yes, these would have been trash now, but those first two albums, fucking incredible music. So.
Yeah. For Food and Liquor and the Cool, phenomenal. For fucking
Crazy.
phenomenal.
I'm gonna run that shit back on the street.
Yeah.
I might get high, listen to the Cool.
And that Enemy of the State mixtape, bro. Like that's some of the best rap.
I never tapped into the mixtape. I don't know.
His mixtapes
are
yes.
The Enemy of the State, he
Enemy
dropped
of the
that
State
2009. I think that is the best rapping we ever heard from Lupe on that shit. He went fucking crazy on that shit.
Better than his first album?
Yes. I'm telling you, go tap into that Enemy of the State mixtape. He's rapping on everyone else's beats.
I had to have heard it. I had to have heard it. I just
turning on my Dat Piff bat signal.
Hey, that Piff held us down, man.
A cultural institution.
It's got to be over with, right?
I think it is.
Gotta be.
I told y'all I quit my the only reason I have the career I have is because of those two albums. Literally, like I had a job I hated out of college. I was like had told myself, like all 22-year-olds tell themselves, like, I'm going to get this job so I can pay the bills and I'm going to chase my dreams in my free time, right? Like, I'm going to work on a novel, like all this other shit. And I hated the job so much. Like, I think I've told y'all about it. I don't know if I've talked about it on the pod. I was a assistant editor at a business trade magazine corporation. We had School Bus Monthly. We had Nails Monthly. We have Metro Monthly. There's all these horrible magazines. Monthly. Yeah, bro. Like, Jesus yes. Christ. Like, that was like day one. Like, you're writing a profile on this nail tech and you're writing copy for an ad about these press-on nails. And I was like,
oh, those type of nails.
Yeah, I was like, you might have the wrong person because I don't know. And they were like, you'll figure it out, you know? And I did it for like 3 months and I just hated it. And I got to where my only two friends were the two black girls who worked there. We would have lunch together every day. And I got to and they were in this exact same headspace I was. And I got to the point where I like couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't even talk to them. I would leave like the second I could hit my button for lunch. I would run in the car. I would drive to Trader Joe's. I would get a 99-cent baguette and a $2 pack of turkey. And I would make myself a turkey baguette sandwich and sit in the car and listen to those two Lupe Fiasco albums over and over again. And finally, one day, literally, I was like, this motherfucker is having so much fun doing the shit that he's supposed to be here doing. Like, he's having so much fun. And I hate every minute of and like I get home and I don't want to write or do anything because I just feel like gross. And so I told y'all, like, I had like a little mini nervous breakdown one day, came back after lunch, walked into my boss's office, and I was like, I quit. Like, and she was like, oh, do you put in your 2 weeks notice? I was like, no, I am leaving right now, or you are never going to see me again. I need you to cut me a check right now. I'm gone. And I listened to the Cool the whole way home. I like blew the speakers on the Honda Accord out and never looked back, bro.
What was the worst job y'all ever had? Was that the worst job you ever had?
It just because it was the first bad job I had that I could see.
Adult job?
Yeah, like because there were people there who thought they were doing what I was doing and who were still there 20 years later. So it was the first time I was ever looking into forever at a bad job. All the other bad jobs I had were like fun or funny or there were funny stories, but it was never like But I was making enough money at it that I was like, I could feel myself getting like locked into it if I didn't get the fuck out.
Okay.
You know, so for that reason, it's the only job that's ever affected me emotionally. I've had shitty jobs, but that's the only one that ever like affected my sleep.
Yeah.
Mm.
I had a job in college during the summer in between school years where I was working on a construction site. Worst fucking job of my life. Because, of course, you know, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing at a construction site. I don't have any certifications. I don't know what I'm doing. So I did all the bullshit, right? Like, I was out there shoveling broken bricks and putting them in wheelbarrows. And
Yeah, you was doing
I was doing the
work.
yeah.
But that's how you start,
Yeah.
though. That's how everybody.
And that was the worst fucking job of my life, bro. I was like, dog, like, give me any office job over this bullshit. Office jobs are a luxury. If you're sitting down in a climate-controlled environment, regardless of how shitty that job is, trust me, it can get way fucking worse.
That's a fact, bro.
Dude, I was working 2 men in a truck outdoors, like in Alabama, bro. And I had fun. Like it was hot as fuck. We was tired, but I had fun because it was just all my niggas was working the same job, and we was wilding, bro. That was a hell of a summer. But anyway, crazy summer. But anyway, yeah, anyway. But the worst job I've ever had was definitely like a call center job. Like that's the one job where I was there a week and a half, just went home one day for lunch and never ever talked to anybody except for Toy again. The homegirl Toy. Yeah. Shout out to Toy, man. She was cool. But anyway, other than that,
I feel like I just got the bougie card just got Uno reversed at me. On me having a nervous breakdown at a white collar office job.
And I'm working, bro. What was crazy about 2 Men in the Truck was made it terrible, which I mean would be terrible now was like I was young, I didn't give a fuck. I mean, anyway. What make it terrible now is that every morning you called at 6 a.m. to see if you were working there. Like you didn't know until the day before. We had no schedule. So every morning we called to see if we were working. I didn't know how many hours I was gonna get from day to day. And then you pulled up and you didn't know like how big the move was gonna be, if there's gonna be multiple moves. You never knew what your day was gonna be like. But I mean, I was with the homies, so it was like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Usually I was paired with a homie.
That
you know
feels
what I mean?
like so emotionally manipulative, it's probably illegal. You know what I mean? The like, call it 6 at like, no matter what you're doing the night before, you got to wake up and call at 6 o'clock in the morning every fucking day. And then you got to try and go back to bed.
Like, right, exactly. That was every day you had to call. It didn't have to be that way, but they were just, I remember the dude that was running us, like that was like running the shit was this white dude that he wanted us to run from the truck to the house. Yeah. He was like, if you're walking. I'm like,
fuck that, bro.
I just grab an armoire and you want me to fucking run back to the house? They said he said his nickname was Prefontaine because he was always running. I'm like, bitch, I hope you still there, fuck nigga. It's still fuck him. I'm on my Lupe shit with him. I want to beat his ass so bad my head hurts right now.
Prefontaine, bro.
Calling him Prefontaine because he was always running. I'm like, good for you, bitch. You know what I mean? Bro. I hate people like that. You know what I mean? I hate that particular type of person. Jesus.
Yeah, man. Well, we can't
bootlicking ass, weirdo ass.
We can't ask Jackson because he's 16 years old. So the worst job he ever had was like mowing lawns or something. But he had to babysit someone, and the dad kept coming home an hour later than he was supposed to.
Mine was working at a golf course. I haven't had very many bad jobs. But like
I was about to say, as far as I know, you
relax. Everyone relax. Everyone relax. Everyone relax.
Guy on the pod.
Public.
I worked at a golf course one summer. I got a $50 tip instead of a $100 tip. It was horrible.
Not a caddy. Not working in the front. Having to wash carts, carry heavy 100-pound. What the? I got marrow.
That's what it's supposed
I
to
got
do.
marrow.
This was so.
I know. How do I do that again,
Zoom
bro?
dunked on your ass, bro.
I had to lift 100-pound trash cans full of golf balls. You know, it was.
I was working at Lowe's.
I didn't say I had
loader,
the worst
bro.
job.
I had the worst job.
That was my worst job.
Hardee's was like, bro, and I had fun at these horrible ass jobs.
Oh, same.
All right, let's talk about, before we get to Dookie Butt of the Week, I should have just made this dude my Dookie Butt of the Week. But y'all saw the video. It got 20-something million views of the Gen Z guy talking about Gen Z's been through so much And that's how, and you know that they've been through so much because he looks so old. This is a dude who looks just like Jeffrey Wright. He looks like fucking Fonzie Bear.
He looks like a handsome old man. Like, he looks like he used to be good looking when young. And he's like, nigga, I am young. And it's like, oops. Like, you would, if he asked you his age, you would say like 35 and be like, okay, like, that's a compliment, right? And he's 10 years younger than that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Listen, as someone who grew facial hair at a young age and has looked old since forever.
It's not the facial hair, brother.
The facial hair is a part of it.
He has grays. He has grays.
He's dressed like an old man, bro. He's dressing himself like an old man.
Bro, nigga, there's a...
He's dressed like he's trying to get into the R-rated movie, bro. Like...
He's dressed like a nigga that went to University of Alabama. Like, any SEC, like, college dude, he's dressed like that motherfucker. And they don't look as old as him. You know what I mean? Like, he's just an old face ass young nigga, bro. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
That dude's...
And he has the thick beard that like starts, that does this. It has no dip in it. It goes right from his nostrils.
No, he's got like an Irish
you know
beard,
what I mean?
bro. People, you know what I mean? That's even hairy. I'm a hairy dude. My beard doesn't go all the way up to my eye pouch, you know?
Yeah, all of this is filling that in, you know.
That dude said he was 26 years old. He was born in 1997. Like, that's what 1997 looks like. Like, god damn, dog. But yeah, man.
I mean, it might be hard, man. These niggas want to grow up to be influencers. That's not a real future, nigga. Like, they don't have anything to look forward to, bro. That has to suck, nigga. You know what I mean?
And the whole thing the whole thing is they are not delusion like we were about how tough adulthood was going to be, right? They know that it is a shit show out here, so they're dealing with that fucking stress like every fucking day. Yeah, different grind for Gen Z than it was for us, bro.
For sure, man.
The American dream still has some legs with us a little bit, not with them.
You said
the American dream.
Yeah, that shit dead, bro. Them legs broke like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
that shit in the wheelchair.
We was growing up thinking we was gonna make $100,000 by the time we were 25 and shit. Like, come on now.
Nigga, please, bro. I remember this nigga told me he wanted to retire at 35. I'm like, oh, that's dope.
Yeah, you can do it, bro.
How do you? I'm asking like we both was in 2 minutes of the truck, nigga, and I'm asking this motherfucker, how you plan on doing that? You know what I mean? And we could at least lie to ourselves. You know what I mean? And believe, you know, like, nigga, you can't lie to yourself at that age. They had Google since they were kids. They knew what the fuck was. They knew this shit was trash at 6.
Yeah, I mean, they were handed smartphones with they were handed anxiety machines. You know what I mean? Like, at a very young age. Like, I continue to hope that one day we will look back and be like, can you believe that 13-year-olds had access to Instagram? Like, isn't that criminal that we allowed that shit?
It's going to be like cigarettes and shit, right? We're going to be looking at this shit like how we looked at like 8-year-old chimney sweeps in England and shit.
We should be. We should be, bro. Like, if you, I mean, there's medical studies about what it's done to anxiety and all this other shit. These kids don't, like, we've talked about this. There's all the studies, like teenagers, kids in their early 20s, they're not even having sex, bro. You know what I mean? Like, they're so stressed the fuck out. They're just like you're not even being a young person. That's why you're looking old, bro. Get off TikTok. Stop making TikToks about how old you feel and go do some young person shit, bro. Come on.
Nigga, my Honda was nothing but DNA. That bitch. You turn a black light on that motherfucker, it look like a murder scene, nigga. Arrest this man.
Oh my God. All right.
Fuck you mean,
what
bro?
a segue
please.
into Dookie Butt of the Week. John, why don't you go first?
Bro, I don't have a Dookie Butt. I don't have a Dookie Butt.
John, why don't you go last?
I was going to say, oh yeah, okay. Yeah,
all right, Jackson, who's your Dookie Butt of the Week?
My Dookie Butt is there's like a specific brand of TikTok like business influencers who are horrible, and one of them's name is Grant Cardone, and his daughter is on TikTok. I'm angry that this is even showing up on my feed. I understand how the algorithm works. I'm not happy that I'm seeing this. His daughter, who's like 16 or something, posted some video about like, here's how I plan to be a millionaire before I turn 20. And it's like, and it's like the step one of the plan is be hired, have a job at Grant Cardone's company. And I'm
Obviously.
just like, this is a joke. Like, it's not her fault. She's a child. Well, I'm not blaming the child. I'm blaming her dad. because this is embarrassing and pathetic to try to make your 16-year-old daughter, or even not make her, empower her to try to like be this weird teen business influencer and actually have her put out content where it's like, here's how I'm going to become a millionaire by 20. Have my multi-millionaire father hire me.
It's a good plan.
It's hey,
He's not wrong. I can do it. I'm kind of jealous.
I'm trying to get that plan going over here, Jackson.
By the way, step 2 of the plan was like buy commercial real estate before the age of 20. By the way,
that's also a good plan, bro. I mean, she's 2 for 2 with me.
It's not the daughter's fault. She is smart. she has it. She knows what's going on.
Mike looking at real estate right now, nigga. You know he's trying.
Jackson's mad. She's got a great plan. I don't know.
Right. She has the means to fulfill said plan.
Sound like a hater to me, man.
I would love to participate in this plan. I can't.
Jackson wants to fight this teenage girl so bad he's got a migraine right now.
I know. I'm like, can I get adopted by Grant Cardone? Like, how do I get to be part of this plan for free? I don't know.
Tyler, who's your Dookie Butt of the week?
I'm going with the people who sunk Sports Illustrated, bro.
Oh,
damn.
That shit was a gut punch when I saw that shit. Sports Illustrated, that is the defining sports publication. Like, and you know, the whole thing is we're just at this time now where if you see like any type of media outlet gets bought by somebody else, you know, and like a merger, acquisition, or just a straight flat out buy up, you know that the death knell is coming soon, right? Like, we're not in that era anymore where, you know, if a media outlet, you know, gets brought and they get brought under a new media umbrella, they've got new plans for them and they're going to strike out in new ventures and all that. You know that the shareholders and the stakeholders and the owners are going to find a way to sink that motherfucker and make a profit off it, right? And that's exactly what happened with this Sports Illustrated shit. And the thing is, I think we all kind of saw that they were on their last legs because we talked about this in the group chat. When that story came up about how they had AI reporters making stories, we were like, we were like, bro, if this shit hit 10, 15 years ago, this is the biggest fucking story in sports. And it seemed like no one really cared when that shit hit just a few weeks ago. And it's just, you know, Sports Illustrated was just one of those publications that, you know, helped deepen the love I have for sports when I was a kid reading that shit. Like, we talked about it on the pod before about how we used to go to the library and read this shit. And if it was a hot enough issue or cover of an athlete I was going to steal that motherfucker out the library and put it in my book bag and take it to the crib, right? I got all, oopsies. Let me get this Kevin Garnett one. Right? But yeah, it's just sad. I just hope they do something with the SI Vault. I hope they archive that shit. We cannot, you know, even though we're never going to get any new, you know, material from them, we have to preserve what they gave us because they gave us so much. Like I said, the defining sports publication of all time. And it's just a sad fucking story that corporate greed just sunk that shit.
I mean, I'm one of, you know, probably thousands of sports writers who would not have, I wouldn't have my profession without Sports Illustrated. Sports Illustrated was the bridge for a lot of us from sports are a fun thing we're doing as kids, or with, you know, for some people, not me, but for some people, something fun you're doing with your dad, to through adolescence and in high school that like, oh, this is some smart shit too. I could like dedicate some intellectual energy to this and not feel like a fucking idiot for doing so. You know, it was I mean, there's just no way to put into words how important it was. And you hit it on the head, man. Like, it's private equity, bro. Like, every local newspaper in America is under assault off the exact same forces. Like, our daily newspaper in Long Beach, I got laid off from it. They laid off all their local sports staff. But 2 purchases ago, the first, you know, private equity group that bought it for the real estate. It was in a huge building in downtown Long Beach. They bought the paper. They sold the building for $7 million. They put everyone in a little bungalow. You know what I mean? Like that's just, the reality is the unregulated private equity force in America is exactly what you just said. They're going to kick the door in. They're going to stick a vacuum cleaner in, suck all the money out of it. Then they're going to crumple it up, throw it in the trash can and walk away. I'm not equating it to Sports Illustrated. Pitchfork just got folded into GQ. Is it going to be like a tab on GQ or something? The LA Times, for the first time in the 140-year history of their newspaper, their staff just went on strike 2 days ago before we were recording this, like, because they're facing mass layoffs. You know, like, there's just not really a way forward. And I think, this is my sort of crank theory. I think you can trace most of the worst parts of America to the number of journalism jobs that have been converted into PR jobs by the tens of thousands over the last 20 years in this country, bro. Like that really is, that's why a lot of things are happening that shouldn't be happening. That's why a lot of people don't know about things that are happening that they should know about. And, for what it's worth, my little organization, we're, laid off sports writers in Long Beach, California. We started a nonprofit outlet, and we're up to, 3 full-time employees, 15 freelancers that are regularly paid. And a lot of the people there have been laid off from other publications. Like, it's really the only way forward is to just start fresh, because we're not going to get Sports Illustrated back. We're not going to get Pitchfork back. It's not going to be long before we're saying we're not going to get the LA Times back. Like, it really is crazy, because those publications are the repository of our history, but like they're being sold in an unregulated way to people that want to take the money out of them and shut them down. Like, that's just the reality of it. I don't have a point there. It just sucks.
No, that's real sad shit, man. It's just like, my heart goes out to all the journalists who are losing their jobs, who are unsure of their jobs, in this time, because, they went to school for this shit, they put in the work for this shit, and then you're just at the mercy of some rich motherfuckers who do not give a fuck about anything besides money, so.
Tyler, I know you were a media major in college.
Yeah, I was journalism, mass comm.
Do you know that all the journalism, like half of the journalism departments in America are journalism and PR is a major now? Really? Which one of the journalism professors at Long Beach State told me is like, that's like having the oncology and cancer major. You know what I mean? It's like,
right.
These things are not supposed to be taught together. One of them is supposed to be the antidote to the other thing. But that's the reality of it. I know so many journalists in Long Beach who've left for PR jobs in the city or the state just because, like, hey man, I'm trying to have a kid. I need to have health insurance and my professional future locked in. Like, I'm not trying to be in one of these publications getting a, no raise for 20 years or whatever the fuck. So I get it. All right. My Dookie Butt of the week is, Ron DeSantis. Congratulations. The haters told you couldn't do it, and they were correct. Excellent call by the haters.
Yeah. Fuck that guy. Now we get to see the kiss the ring shriveling act of his sad ass political career, because he's already officially endorsed Trump, so the ass kissing is coming. The man has no shame, no pride. He is a sad excuse of a human being. So yeah, fuck that guy.
Fuck him, and he eats pudding with his fingers.
He eats pudding with his motherfucking fingers. He doesn't know how to smile like a human.
My Dookie Butt is Kenya Barris. Have you heard about his new script?
Yeah,
The Wizard of Oz. And we were talking about that in my other group chat, but because I can't talk on ours because Tyler's phone won't.
What are you talking about? We're all texting in the group chat.
I can't.
Nigga,
text in the group
you
chat.
texted in the group chat.
When did I text in the group chat?
Like yesterday, nigga.
Did
yes.
I? Did I text in the group chat? No, I didn't, brother.
You did on Friday.
On Friday, okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's gonna be my second part Dookie Butt of the week, because I forgot about the shit you texted about. Actually,
that could have been one too.
I'm gonna
Kenya Barris is redoing the Wizard of Oz. He said his script is done. He's doing like some chick from Inglewood, from the Bottoms, and all this shit. It's like, bro, I'm just tired of this type shit. Adrian hit me up. He sent it to me. He said, "Nigga, can we cancel this nigga? Like, can we all get together and get him the fuck up out of here? I don't need anything else from this man again."
He's the executive producer on the Vince Staples show.
I need that. I need that.
I was about to say, I'm not saying anything bad about Kenya Barris, but I feel you.
I need that for sure. But yeah, man, like, the other shit be dry as fuck. Nothing creative about what he be doing. But anyway, that's fire though. You can't fuck up Vince Staples.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Our final Dookie Butt of the week from all of us. Just when we thought the city of Indianapolis had something going for it, turns out they lied to us. They said they were building a basketball court in their airport. It's just a art installation that looks like a basketball court. You can't play on it.
It's not even hardwood, bro. It's not hardwood. They got fucking a fucking lid over the rim.
Clear covers over the fucking rims. It says don't touch all over it.
They
bro.
built a
It's just
pickleball court in the
nasty.
airport, bro.
That's what it is. The
They
pickleball.
built a lie in that motherfucker, man.
Just when we thought Indianapolis was cool, now we got to fucking take our cool compliments back.
That's
Goddamn.
it.
I still eat that pork sandwich though.
That's worse than not having a basketball court at all. You built a lie of a basketball court?
Just dangle it in front of us while we're going to fucking gates of fucking C-28. You know what I mean?
Some little
Disgusting.
kid like breaks free through security and like dribbles a ball onto the court and puts a shot up and is going to hit a clear plastic lid and bounce off. Like,
And then they're going to arrest him.
Yeah, you're going to be arrested.
They're locking that 8-year-old up, brother. He's a danger to the community. Shooting basketball on a basketball court. Oh my God. Get him out of here. Nastiness, bro.
all right, that's all. That's all the time we got. We'll be back on Thursday, and we'll see y'all then. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.